Topic today, the timeline of a life. I'm trying to give a bigger perspective of what we're doing here at school. So the conversation goes like this. I hold my hands out. Here's the day you're born. Here's the day you die. I have kids guess how much of this is school. And I had one kid shout out half. And they really overestimate how much of their life is going to be school. And it's about this much, there could be a little extra. And then we start talking about, well, what's this long gap going to be with the bulk of their working career? They might have 50 years. We start talking about how this first part kind of sets you up for the second part. And I asked them, what do you want to have at the end of your schooling? And the answers today were really good. Kids said stuff like knowledge, creativity, having a job or a career. Some great answers were stuff like having a good reputation, having confidence, having goals, and being smart. One kid said being healthy and kind, or having a degree. But none of them guessed my answer, which is at the end of schooling, what you want to have are options. If you have 200 options, you're probably going to have something that you really are excited to get into. If you have 2 options, you probably are going to not love what you have. I know people who have had 1 option when they get to the end of school. And what I said to the kids was they really did not like their job for like 20 years. And the kids blurted out, they should quit their job. To which I said, you don't really understand what 1 option means, do you? And they thought about it like, oh, wait, if you have years and years and years and you have 1 option, that's not a life you want to have. And so I related to the story of the 8th graders. Back when I was teaching 8th grade, we would try to help like, hey, you're more than capable. You can be doing way better. You can have, the sky's the limit for you. Why aren't you trying kind of conversations with students? And over, we would hear students say, I'll start when I'm in 9th grade. When the grades actually matter, that's when I'll just try harder. And it's really hard to get people to understand, like, no, the person you are today is the person you're going to wake up as tomorrow. The person you exit 8th grade as is the person you're going to enter 9th grade having. Your habits, your routines, your work ethic, the things you put into it carry with you. And there's not going to be some flip of a switch. There's not going to be some moment where you can just turn it on. It's already on if you have it. And relating all of this and saying, okay, you want to have options because you got 50 years of work life ahead. It helps kids zoom out and see that there's more to what we're doing in this classroom, what we're doing in all of our classrooms, than just today's work. We're trying to level up over years, kind of like walking up a stairway. A first grader can't do the third grader's work. You have to do the steps and get the reps in. Well, what's cool about it is that students are actually working pretty hard to try live into kind of today, practicing. We were doing Tinkercad today, so they're practicing 3D modeling. They're trying to do the skills I'm trying to teach, and they'll work a little harder having that larger worldview of what it is we're doing here. We don't have to just make it about today and this assignment and what minor thing we're worried about. We can start giving them a bigger perspective of, hey, you're here for a reason. Your years are going to start cruising by, and the habits that you have, the routines you have, are you trying to better yourself, or are you letting yourself go down and down with the easiest thing? I love teaching students to think like this, and this wider perspective is really cool. Leave a comment if you have thoughts. Otherwise, come along for the ride. It's going to be great.